everybody, Grit21 back for another video, and today I'm going to be doing kind of an unusual video. I'm going to be doing a time-lapse of me changing over the power supply in my dad's computer. I just recently got two EVGA G2 750 watt Supernova power supplies, to which probably about now you'll be seeing me unboxing the videos and stuff like that, and I'll just be doing a voiceover and talking about this particular PSU and some of the results that I got of it. But you'll be seeing me just switching all the cables, pulling things out and stuff, rewiring everything, so all of it all sped up, 400 times real speed and everything like that. So without further ado, let's get started with this project. The EVGA Supernova 750 watt G2 power supply is truly one of the best power supplies I've actually come across. With brands that I've tried like X4 Ultra, Cooler Master, and others, this is truly a power supply that I really found some really awesome results once I got in my machines. As I was trying out with my computer, the White Yeti, which you guys are probably familiar with from one of my other videos, I was really surprised by the amount of FPS gain I actually got when I was gaming, which is kind of surprising. But as I thought to myself, I said, that kind of makes a lot of sense. Having power delivery and good power delivery to your computer is really important, because when your graphics card is really trying to chomp at the bit for power, it's going to need good delivery of solid power and stuff, and this power supply truly does deliver it. It's an 80+ gold power supply, so it's going to be only like the best that you can possibly get. It also features Japanese capacitors, 100% Japanese capacitors. The reason why Japanese capacitors are used is because Japanese capacitors use high quality metals and materials to basically help level out the power and create the best power delivery that the power supply can possibly deliver. One of the other nice features about it is its eco mode. So basically what happens is on the back of the power supply there's actually a switch that will turn the fan on or off. But what's cool is that when it's in the off position, basically the power supply fan will turn on as needed rather than it just being on all the time, which isn't bad, but it's kind of nice that it has this eco mode, as some people may not always want to have the fan on all the time, and being the fact that the power supply knows when to cool itself, I found that the fan was not turning on quite as often as I would have expected it to with the amount of work that I do on my computer. Power supply so far has just been really satisfactory, and I'm really very pleased with EVGA's deliverance of this particular product, and after using their EVGA GTX 960 SSC model, I was really impressed with EVGA products so far, and I would really highly recommend this product. This is honestly, I'm not even saying it just because I'm not even paid to say this, but I'm being quite honest, this is really a solid power supply. It comes with several SATA cables, at least a couple Molex cables, and several peripheral devices, as well as cables that are needed for plugging into your graphics card and things like that. One of the things that I found kind of interesting was the CPU plug for this was kind of interesting, because at one end there's actually a sort of a Y split, which is two 4-pin pins that you would plug into your CPU receiving end to deliver power to that part of the motherboard, and the other end is just a solid 8-pin connector that goes into the power supply. This kind of threw me for a loop a little bit, but after figuring out how it worked, I was like, oh, okay, this makes sense why they would do this, because not every CPU is going to need 8-pin to get itself working. Some may only need 4, so it was a little bit unexpected, but I was still pretty happy with once I figured out how it worked. Otherwise, it's just been a really solid power supply, and definitely kudos to EVGA for creating such a solid product. I was really quite impressed, and I would definitely recommend it to anybody that's looking for a new PSU. Other things about it was I just loved how the box was packaged. In my opinion, presentation from a company is definitely really important, and I like the fact that when I opened it, I was just greeted with just this wonderful setup where the PSU was sitting comfortably inside styrofoam with the manual, and then off to the side in another little pocket was all the cables and stuff like that. It even came with a carrying case, which I thought was really awesome. So not only was the power supply in its little bag of its own, but it was also there was also an extra bag to put the cables in when you're done, which I thought was really cool. Another really nice feature is when you have the dummy plug, which basically what that's for is if you have a water cooling loop, and you guys who do water cooling, you'll understand this. When you need to drain your loop and you don't want to turn on your whole computer, it comes with 24 plus, I think it's 24 plus 8 or 4, whatever the extra one is. Basically, it comes with a plug that you would plug into the receiving end for your basically where the motherboard cable plugs into the motherboard. That dummy plug goes in there, allows you to turn on your power supply without powering your whole computer, which of course you would also unplug your CPU so you don't like power CPU when the motherboard's not even on, because that would just be disastrous. But it definitely comes with it and stuff. It also comes with Velcro zip ties. Try saying that 3 times fast. It comes with some Velcro zip ties, which I thought was also quite good. Other than that, this has just been a really awesome experience so far with a EVGA power supply. It was actually recommended to somebody from Linus Tech Tip forums that said this was really a well-respected power supply, and I can definitely see why now after, testing it myself. So if you're looking for a new power supply, and if you want something that's just, really solid and really going to give you that true deliverance of power that you need, I would definitely get this power supply, and I would definitely recommend it to any of my friends that are willing to, put out a little extra money to get an 80+ gold power supply. So here you can just, finish watching the rest of the video and enjoying the time lapse and everything. So I'll stop talking so you guys can enjoy it. But thank you so much for listening and watching this video.